And welcome to AutoCAD Basics. Today we're going to learn about the array command. The array command can be accessed in 4 different ways. You can go up to the ribbon here, click on this button here. That'll start the command. Or you could go over to the modify toolbar right here. Click on that button. You could go to the menu bar up here, go to modify, and go down to array. Or you could just type it in at the command line. Now, when we open the array command, you can see the dialog box that gives you all the options that you use when you go into array objects. Let's start with an example here. We have a line here, and we want to spread this line around a bunch of times to get a feel for how things copy with the rows, the columns, and the distances apart. So I have a line here that's approximately 95 feet long. Well, let's go into the array dialog box. And first we're going to start with a rectangular array here. Let's copy this thing up 25 times. And copy it to the right 12 times. Let's offset those rows 200 feet. And you can see from looking at the white box here, it shows a preview of what the array is going to look like. Just give you an idea of which direction it's going in. If I was to switch the angle of array to 90, you can see the preview changes. Let's leave it back at 0 though. Alright, let's select the object that we're going to array, which is this here, and hit OK. And you can see now it's copied it over and up based on that 200-foot dimension that we put in. That should give you an idea of what the array command can do when you click on rectangular. Going back in to the array dialog box, you can show a polar array option. This is much different than the rectangular array because it's going to copy the objects around a fixed center point. Let's click on that and you can see the previews change drastically. Total number of items, let's do 24. Angle to fill is going to be 360. The center point, I'm not going to do a fixed center point according to the coordinates. I want to pick the center point. Let's pick right here. And I'm going to copy all those objects in a circular fashion. Let's see, I've got the polar array, select objects. I'm going to select all those lines that I just made rectangular. And we're going to hit OK. And you can see what happens. It copies it around in a circle 24 times. And moving on, let's look at a real-world example of how this will be used in an engineering drawing. Here we have a plan that could either be an electrical plan or an architectural reflected ceiling plan. And let's start here with this room. I know I want to do 2x4 lights in here, and I want to spread them around approximately 10 foot on center. So first we're going to go into array command, and we want to do a rectangular array. We want to space those at 10 foot on center. The angle is correct. Rows, we're going to do 5, and columns, we're going to do 2. Let's select the objects. It's just a one. I've brought it in as a block. It's a 2x4 fixture brought in as a block. And we're going to hit OK, and you can see what's happened. Now the lights are not perfectly centered in the room. They could be centered more so down in the room, but you can see that you've saved a lot of time by not copying it around 8, 9 times. And the same concept applies. Let's go to the rotunda here, and we want to copy this light around, let's say we're going to copy it around 4 times. But we're going to do a polar array because it's a circular room. number of items is going to be 4. Angle to fill is going to be 360. The center point, I'm going to do the center point of this circle here. Select object. And we're going to hit OK. And you can see it's copied the 2x4 light around. There's 4 locations evenly spaced around the center point. And going back into the array command one more time, you can see there's other options. It gives you tips here. You click on the more. It gives you more options as to how to rotate the items or the object's base point. And if you were to go up here to where it says method, click on that, it gives you a drop down. Honestly, most of the time you're going to use total number of items and angle to fill, but you could choose angle to fill and angle between items. That way, it's based on the angle, not the total number of items. Most of the time, though, you're going to do total number of items. And that was the array command. Thanks for joining us.